So I got a clip here. I tried to find more information on this. I came across it on TikTok, and the TikTok was a reaction to this. So apparently the daughter, from what this headline, reveals her OnlyFans page to her mom, and then this is the mother's reaction to the daughter's reveal. So play it when you get the chance, Ian.
See, you're not acting like an adult right now. Adults don't do this. You're not acting like an adult. Get out of the house now. Okay? You are an adult now. Get out of my house.
Yo, she was breathing harder. I know she's mad. You saw that breath she was having? Even the chest.
And you are acting like a kid. You don't throw stuff at your kid like that. Okay? Today, move all of your stuff out. Okay? Or I will move it for you. Okay? A kid, Mom.
All right, that's pretty much it. So I've been able to watch this just do you think the mom's right kicking her out? Do you think it's wrong? You as a parent, would you kick your child out, not necessarily daughter, but child out?
I don't know, man. I actually don't know how to react to this because it's just such a weird, like, new, genuine situation that I've never, like, encountered. Like, so obviously it's a OnlyFans, so like the girls and putting up nudes. So
well, we don't know that she's putting up nudes because there are some girls that have OnlyFans who only show like just revealing.
Well, that's the other thing I was wondering too. Like, what's the severity of the OnlyFans and stuff like that? But even then, like, I kind of understand, like, if the mom just isn't about that kind of thing, and so all of a sudden she's just like, I'm done with you. You have no idea how conservative their family is either, or how progressive they are if they're otherwise. Yeah, there's just too much to know about this, especially like their family history. Like, maybe somebody in their family had fucking trafficking issues or something like that.
Time out.
This is freaking them out.
Rewind that real quick, Ian. Did she throw a tooth or her gum? Because Ethan said tooth, but it looked like, I'm just making sure it was gum. Yeah, please be gum.
She spit out her tooth.
Threw a tooth at me. They got that mad. They pulled that shit out.
Yo, that's wild.
She was chewing
That's
gum.
some James Bond, like, fucking.
I have to see it.
If she was chewing gum.
Hold on.
She was chewing gum.
Please reach in and grab a gum.
See, she's chewing gum.
Okay.
Nah,
okay.
She's racking around.
Okay,
that
I think that's gum. I think that's gum. I'm gonna assume gum. Because if that is a tooth, that's wild.
Nah, there's no way.
That's pretty disrespectful. I'm not gonna lie. If that was a tooth, that's I would think.
She spit her tooth out. That's good dope.
What did I want to say about this?
Is she 19? Right?
If anything, it kind of shows the disconnect. 19. It kind of shows. I would argue the disconnect between. I'm gonna say these two specifically, because you should know, like Jock pointed out, is this a conservative family or parent, or progressive liberal family or parent?
I mean, answer right there.
Obviously, yeah, exactly. The answer is right there. Is it though? Like, I would love to ask that question. I would assume conservatives would not be okay with this. Progressives might be a little more lenient with this. I don't know, but my question is, or my point is, it kind of
is what the answer is. Not the. I'm not sorry. I get what you're saying. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The fact that the response is "get out my house" is what makes her conservative.
I agree with you.
Because the progressive wouldn't have
reacted that way. It would have been more of a conversation about I would assume, why do you feel the need to push stuff on the internet? What's going on here? Like, you're 19 years old. You're my child. Let's talk about this because I don't think this is right. Blah blah blah. Like, I will agree on the daughter to that extent. Is the way she handled this. Even though it's funny, I'm not gonna lie to you, and I do like agree with her. She could have handled it better, completely. Like, let's be honest. Your daughter's 19. What did Ethan say?
I think it's weird that she recorded this moment.
Hold on. I put my son out of the house at 18 when he decided he was adult enough to do as he pleased and not follow the house rules. If you are old enough to do as you please and you are old enough to get out, hey man, like, he's right, straight up. I'm just going to continue to believe it was her false teeth because that is way funnier fast.
Hey, and also, the mom probably just doesn't want to enable that type of behavior in her home. You know what I'm saying?
But this is why before I stop, this is what I was continuing with, because the issue also is reacting this way and kicking her out is she's not going to stop doing it. Now she's going to dive deeper in OnlyFans to fund her life, to fund a lifestyle. She now needs an apartment. How is she probably trying to make money or making money?
But let me say something. When people always say that, listen, I'm not condoning or saying anything about kicking her out or the OnlyFans. But what I will say is you can't use you doing the right thing as leverage over somebody else. So if her doing the right thing is not having an OnlyFans, her mother shouldn't now have to give up her morals, or her mother shouldn't have to sacrifice something extra in order for the child to do good instead of, and it's not even her child. I mean, not her child. It's not a child at that point to do good instead of. Because so you're saying like, you know, if she moves out, she dives deeper into OnlyFans. So the mom should just keep her in the house.
No, that's definitely not what I'm saying. But I get what you're saying. But I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're saying that.
No, yeah.
So it's like she shouldn't have to sacrifice any mental space, any emotional space for you to do the right thing. It's just for you to do the right thing if you feel that's the right thing.
I mean, clearly, like Ethan said, and clearly what the mother's reaction is, if you think you're an adult and you're doing this in my house, which I don't want you doing, leave.
Yeah, I mean, the spitting the gum, obviously she's emotional. She's angry.
Very emotional. She's breathing heavy.
She wants you.
Dude, I just think it's so weird that this girl recorded this moment, man.
Exactly. I think that's really weird. And
like, I wouldn't record this. I would have been like, just faced my parent. And I wouldn't have actually fucking busted out my camera and be like, all right, now go off.
But
that, like, what? That's bizarre.
But I want to address that. That's what's weird about this new generation growing up. Because my dad went to go visit his boss up, I forgot where, and he had to stay at his house with his wife and kids. And he was talking to his boss and the kids about something, blah, blah, blah. And you know how my dad can get. Sometimes he either get a little contentious or just a little intense with his opinions. And apparently the son, who, how old is he? I think he's around 13 or 14. And my dad was expressing his opinions, and the son decided to sneakily record him.
Your dad?
Yes. Record my dad while he was talking. And luckily my dad caught it. I'm not sure what my dad was saying. I think he was making jokes, and the son wasn't taking it as a joke, clearly. Decided to recordly sync my dad. And
this podcast is sponsored by Angel Blinds, a local Atlanta, Georgia area small business. Their blinds help you get a new look for your living room, your bedroom, your dining room, and they even have customizable blinds for your kids. You can put their favorite superhero or princesses on there. If you use our promo code FDT, our audience gets 10% off their first purchase. You're welcome. You can find them on their Facebook page at Angel Blinds or hit them up on Instagram at angels_blinds. Get at them. Cool. Bing bong.
What's the his boss had to tell his son to delete it. And I just want to address that. That's just weird how the first reaction, at least with this generation, seems to record something as record you to use against you as leverage. I just think that's, I don't know, weird, I guess. There's something more to it than weird, but just weird. I think it's toxic.
It's okay.
Well, it's like, in a weird way, the United States, I don't even know if it's just the United States, but like the West in general, has created a surveillance state, but just out of its own population from its like interaction with social media, which is the weirdest fucking thing. Which kind of makes me think like you have like countries like China, which are actually surveillance states. And I've never spent a day in China, and I was like, maybe because everybody else is recording things for them, they're not even that fucking worried about it, and they don't do that shit. Which might be ironic because we're the inverse, where so many people record every fucking interaction because they want to use it as social media for essentially social credit evidence to defame somebody or to manipulate a narrative or something like that, which is just completely bizarre to me.
The thing that I find strange here is that that's her mom, so she spent 19 years with the woman, right? When you record somebody to put it out like this and victimize yourself, the parallel is this person is either a bully or mean or wicked or wrong or bad, all in negative connotations. If that's somebody you love, for you to pick people's public opinion over her opinion, or not even her opinion, what would the mom, what would her family think when they see this? You know what I'm saying? the mom's sisters, the whatever it is, cousins, whatever it is. When she records this and puts this out, she puts these people watching this over all of that. And for people to make that decision so easily is wild to me. Because there's no taking what you put out about your mom back. No matter what, whether you're wrong or right, there are going to be people who watch this and agree with the girl. You've done that now to your mom, embarrassed her in front of her, whatever. And it's not even about
both
the
parties. You embarrassed
OnlyFans.
yourself and you embarrassed her.
Yeah,
And it's not even about the OnlyFans.
But it's this, you recording this and putting this out. You don't do this to your child. This is not how you raise it. You're 19 years old.
Well, the family also might have a different view. Like, the family might actually know the girl and think that she's spoiled.
Exactly.
So when they put that out, like, she just self-exiled herself because all of her family members are like, nah, fuck her.
But it's still embarrassing. So that's what I'm saying. Like, anytime you can record, like, if you record strangers or whatever, it's still strange to me. But okay, not what you said. But you get what I'm saying? Like, in public, something crazy's happening, you record it. Okay.
Ethan even brought it up, and that was an egregious situation where that happened.
What you just said, I didn't even want to comment on. Because what do you want from me? Not even what do you want from me. What do you want from them? Like I'm saying, she's picking these people that are watching this over her family, over her mom's pride, over all of these things. What do you want from them? When you're recording me, what do you want from them that you are willing to put me down for? It's a wild mentality to have. And it's a fleeting thing too. So you're trading me for a moment. You're trading my respect for a moment.
Entertainment. We're becoming heavily focused on entertainment. Society heavily focused on entertainment. That's why in that situation that Ethan cited, which I kind of want to talk about, I kind of forgot to put on a topic. Maybe we will one day. But where people are willing to like ignore the actual real life situation that's going on to record it for entertainment purposes. And I don't even know if, actually I do think it's for entertainment purposes. I like, because I'm not trying to, when I say that, think too much about that incident. But in other situations, yeah, they're saying this because they're laughing about it and they want to share with friends. Like, look what I saw, or you won't believe what happened to me, or blah blah blah. Like, it's.
I think there's a detachment that happens when you begin recording. I think mentally something happens. I'm not saying it's generational because older people are
doing it too.
But for some
Karens.
reason, it's like, okay, let me think about it like this. When we're watching crazy videos on the internet, such and such got killed. In Brazil, you see a crazy drive-by or something like that. You're desensitized a little bit by seeing things like that in real time, right? So I think some of that is a trickle-down effect to when you're recording your phone and you're looking at something in real time. As far as you wanting content somehow is numbing the reality of what's going on as soon as you start recording. And I feel like if people take in the moment and they don't have anything to record, it's almost like, why am I not acting? I need something to do. I need to solve what's in front of me. But if you take the time out to just record, it's like I am doing something. Your mind is almost like in another mode. And to me, that's weird that's kind of the way we're leaning. It's almost like I rather have this content and it's just content. It's just me recording. So I'm innocent by standing by and I'm watching. But somehow you're really not taking in the craziness of what you're recording because I'm exposing this to the world. There's so many other thoughts that come with recording that I feel like it just somehow numbs you to the reality of what's going on in front of you. And that's, to me, is stupid.
I'm going to touch on what he said and let's move on. Pretty much says not to get too much into the psychology of it all, but this comes from seeking outside validation over self-validation, which I agree with that.
Well, I also think it's empowerment, like in a virtual space. Like people feel that cancel culture is something that they can weaponize. And so if you have the right content and the right narrative, then you can get a bunch of people on your side and like this girl could probably use this video to start a fucking GoFundMe and still make it
Very
back
true.
out and stuff like
At
that.
the
Like,
expense of what though? But keep going, Doc.
yeah, like people weaponize this footage and stuff like that to their advantage, to whatever thing they're trying to do. Whether it's try to, get the mom to lose her job because she looks like a wild person, get the crowdfunding so that they can survive afterwards. Um, it I think there's just a huge dependency on this virtual space that people are starting to grow into, and so they always record everything, and it takes them out of the moment. But they're also like at the mercy of it. Like that's why you have kids fucking killing themselves the moment like they get canceled, or like the the moment that all of a sudden their dislike ratio goes crazy.
Careful what you say, Dad. We're on YouTube. Don't forget, we can't say certain phrases and words.
Like what?
Like you said, you can't.
The way you like your car doors.
Yeah.
When the doors go up.
Okay. Yeah, so case in point. Yeah, you're at the mercy of like these things and these restrictions and stuff like that. And I guess people like they don't realize it as much, and it kind of takes them out of the moment of reality.
Completely, honestly. Yeah.
Yo, thanks for making it to the end. We really appreciate it and hope you all enjoyed the show.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button, and the notification bell to get notified when we post our clips.
Follow us on Twitter at PodcastFDT. Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok are all fake deep thinking. Check us out, please.
FDT. Peace, y'all.
Peace.